Okay, so let me take you through my day as a parent of a 13-month toddler in Spain. 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m., wake up, hang out, eat breakfast, and then drop the kid off at daycare. 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., it's work. From 4 p.m. to 7 p.m., 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. is dinner, wind down, and bedtime. 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. is a little bit of a wild card, and that's what we're going to talk about here. This window is easily the most exhausting, unprogrammed, random, sporadic, yet fulfilling moment of each day as a parent, and it's not even close. Parents of toddlers don't really have the option to just tell your kid to go play. If you want them to go draw or play with Legos, they're going to be drawing exactly where they shouldn't be. They're going to be using Legos in ways they shouldn't be, and you're never going to really have comfort knowing that they're off doing something for themselves. The reality is that as a toddler parent, there is no real downtime. That 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. window, when your kid is not at daycare and you're not preparing dinner or getting ready to end the night, this is the toughest time of the day as a parent because you have nothing programmed, nothing scheduled, and you just have to fill the time. So what do you do? So the main thing that I found to work the best for my family is to focus on identity rather than activity. And I'm not talking about your personal identity as an adult, as a person before having a kid. I mean your identity as a family. Rather than asking what should we be doing today, or where can we go, or how can we fill this time, the question that should be asked is, what type of family do we want to be? Now let's be clear, this question needs to be done ahead of time. If you ask it of your partner at 3:45 p.m., what type of family do we want to be? She's gonna look at you crazy. For us, it made the most sense to ask this question of what type of family do we want to be when we were thinking of where we should move to. My son was born in Berlin and we spent the first few months there, but we knew that wasn't where we wanted to live and grow as a family. So as we started to have these conversations about where should we move to, which place would best suit our family, we asked ourselves, what type of family do we want to be? My wife and I knew that we wanted a family that spent a lot of time outside. We never wanted to feel trapped either by the weather or by the lack of activities outside. We didn't want to step outside of our front door and be met with chaos, with unsavory people or crazy streets or just cars buzzing by. We definitely did not want that. We've had enough of that in the cities that we've already lived in. We also didn't want to be the type of family that needs to drive somewhere or make complex plans just to have fun. And we also didn't want to have to spend a ton of money just to entertain our kid. These are some of the big reasons why we decided to move to Spain, but not to a major city, but a city outside of a major city. We're about 30 to 40 minutes outside of Barcelona, so it gives us the proximity to the big city while having the great benefits of being in a calmer place. I'm only 13 months into parenting, but so far my wife and I are very happy with the life we have set up. So if you're in a similar mode, either you have a newborn or a toddler, or you're thinking about having kids and you're considering where you should move to, you should think about what type of family you want to be. And to do that, here are a few of the questions that my wife and I have asked ourselves in preparation to help us make that decision. Number one is, what do we want our kids to see as normal? For us, it was always going to be the beach. For the first 10 years of my life, I lived in Wisconsin where there were a lot of lakes, but I didn't go to a lot of lakes. From there, I moved to Florida, of course, by the beach. And then from there, I moved to San Diego, also by the beach. But in all of these places, even though I was near a body of water, I never really spent much time there. Looking back, it was ridiculous that I didn't go to the beach more often. I went to college in Miami, and I think I went to the beach like 6 times. Now, for me, being next to a body of water gives me peace, tranquility, and calm. And I realize that as an activity, it is one of the best things that you can do. It is easy, it isn't complicated, it's free, and it's always good. My wife is from Barcelona. Needless to say, she also needed to be by the beach. So that was one of the first things that we knew that we wanted to see as normal for our kid. That's the type of family that we wanted to be. We wanted to be a beach family. The ones that have the bikes, that go down to the beach, get all their stuff, come back, sandy, messy hair, salt water on their skin. That's the type of family that we wanted to be. So that narrowed down a lot of our choices in terms of what city would be a fit for us. And you'd be surprised that most beach cities actually don't have very good beaches. If you go to Barcelona, if you go to Lisbon, technically they're by the water, but those aren't the type of beaches that you really want to spend time on, especially if you're with a small child. Now, you don't have to be a beach family. You could be a family that likes being in the outdoors, but maybe it's the forest or the jungle, or you like hiking and being near things that you can climb. Maybe you love city and you like the idea of raising your kid in a city where he or she can navigate the chaos and find peace within that chaos, which is very admirable and a very different way that you can also figure out what type of family you want to be and what kind of things you want your kid to see as normal. Now, the second question is, what can bring our whole family together? As a kid, I loved drawing. I used to draw a ton of Dragon Ball Z and Power Rangers, and I have very fond memories of me and my markers and my colored pencils just going to town. But looking back, that isn't exactly an activity where my mom could have gotten involved. She gave me the supplies and gave me the time and the space to do it, but she wasn't actively drawing with me. She wasn't sprawled out on the ground next to me, also doing her own art. Looking back, I think that would have been really cool if we had these moments together. I personally love the idea of actively hanging out with my kid. So drawing is great, but it's sort of a passive activity. That's why we love the beach. It's something that we can all enjoy together. My wife can hang out with him while I take a second for myself, vice versa, and then we can also all hang out together in those moments. Admittedly, this is tough to define when your kid is a toddler and he or she hasn't necessarily gone in any certain direction. They're still trying to find themselves and testing everything and eating and doing everything. But no one said you can't have a wish list. Now, the third question is, what version of myself do I want my kid to see during this 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. window? I'm at a stage where I like feeling awesome to my kid. I want him to see me as confident, as strong, as silly, as willing to get dirty, crawling around on my hands and knees, somebody that is actively engaged in being an awesome dad. What I don't want him to see is me being stressed, pissed off, acting like I don't want to be there, or just generally not very engaged. And of course, I feel those things all the time because I'm human and being a human is stressful. But if we can choose the activities that make the best of me come out, where it gives me energy, makes me excited and happy to be involved, then everyone wins. So until we can go play basketball together, going to the beach for us is a fantastic option. For you, maybe this is something like cooking, something that gives you energy. Maybe it's singing, maybe it's dancing, maybe it's just watching Netflix. That is fine. Whatever it is, whatever that activity that you do between 4 p.m. and 7 p.m., it has to give you energy just as much as it gives your kid energy. Now, yes, the identity of our family is a beach-loving outdoor family, but not every day is going to be a beach day. Not every day are we going to be able to do something fun. Not every day are we going to be able to show up and actively be a part of whatever our kid has going on that day. But I feel good about having that identity. I feel good knowing that that identity is what is going to fill those moments and answer a lot of the questions of what should we do and how should we fill this time. Because that identity doesn't only start to define what we do, but it starts to define the vibe that we start to put out into the world and the life that we start to curate ourselves as a family. And this is why choosing where you live, where you're going to raise your family, is one of the most important decisions you can ever make. Every destination has its own energy, so you have to make sure that the place you're living feeds the type of family you want to be and the energy that you actually want to create. Our city here in Spain is far from perfect, but it's pretty damn good, and it fits the type of family that we want to be. So as you think about where you want to live, where you want to set up your family, grow your family, set up roots, think about the 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. window. It is massively important. And remember that it shouldn't just be the kids having all the fun.